Yes, it is that time of year again. The biggest sprint car race in the world is upon us once more. The Knoxville Nationals will be taking place this weekend in Knoxville, Iowa to see who's crowned the winner of the 63rd running of this event. As I like to do with this channel, I've compiled all of the entries into this video so you know who's racing on which qualifier nights and who's going to be running throughout the weekend for the Nationals. I've got my friends Matt Faust and Cole Freilich helping me out with this. And Matt, why don't you start us off with the entries for Wednesday night?
We begin with a name synonymous to sprint car racing. We have here the 1983 Nationals champion and the 2016 360 Nationals champion. Representing Germantown, Tennessee is Slammin' Sammy Swindell. The son of 1990 Nationals winner Bobby Allen has brought Shark Racing 4 wins this year so far. Looking to get a second qualifier night win, and maybe one on Saturday too, is Jacob Allen.
He has a runner-up finish at this track from June, even though he only runs a few 410 races a year. Car 1M is Nebraska's Don Drow Jr. Watertown, Connecticut's David Gravel is this year's Kings Royal winner and the 2019 Knoxville Nationals winner. The current Outlaw point leader will pilot the Big Game Motorsports Orange and Black number 2. He took a win with the ASCS Elite Outlaw Series in June. The Taco Case of J2 is driven by El Paso, Texas native John Carney in his 3rd Nationals appearance.
This is the 13th entry in the Nationals for Kevin Engel, who represents Huron, South Dakota with his 2K car. They call him the quickest chicken. Racing for the second year as a regular at Knoxville is Waco, Texas native Chase Randall for TKS Motorsports. Driving the JW Motorsports number 2 is a regular competitor in Knoxville. Originally out of Sydney, Australia, is Linton Jeffrey in his 20th Nationals appearance. Weekly driver of the slick-looking 3P car is 26-year-old Sawyer Phillips of Pleasantville, Iowa. He has been racing in the Nationals since 2017 and will make his 7th entry in 2024.
Brock Zierfoss is a World of Outlaws driver in his 4th consecutive year following the series. Driving in the 3Z, he looks to qualify for his 3rd start in the main event. Racing in his hometown for the Nationals is Jamie Ball in the 4W. He's a weekly competitor at this track and it will be his 4th entry in this race. Up for his 2nd run in this event is a driver who competes occasionally at this track and Huset's on top of the Northern Outlaw Sprint Association. Representing Minnesota is Gage Pulkerbeck.
Car 6B for Team DGRD is a Hoosier that splits his race schedule between here and Ohio. From Fairmont, Indiana, it's Brandon Wimmer. Also racing for Team DGRD this year is a regular at this track, representing Indianola, Iowa. He picked up a 360 win earlier this year at the 34 Raceway. This is Dustin Selvage. Representing Hartford, South Dakota is a past champion of the 305 sprints at Huset Speedway. This is his rookie campaign for the 410 ranks. It's Jacob Hughes in the 8H.
Former NASCAR driver, now making his run with the High Limit Series, Casey Kane joins the entry list in car number 9, once again representing Enumclaw, Washington. He's been racing as a high limits driver this year, representing Kokomo, Indiana. He won a prelim night in the 360 Nationals last year. This is the law firm Parker Price Miller.
2016's track Rookie of the Year enters his 8th Nationals driving for Liebig Motorsports. This is Scott Boguski of McLaren Vale, Australia. Racing weekly this year at Knoxville for the Hall of Fame Vander Ecken Motorsports is Brian Paulus, a former World of Outlaws driver. He makes his first start in the event since 2019.
A rookie competitor from LaGrange, Ohio, who races for Ed Neumeister this year, competing in 360s and 410s in their area. This is Casey Jedrzejek.
Representing the same hometown as the famed Bettenhausen family is the high-limit driver racing for Butte Motorsports. 2024 will mark the 5th entry in this event for Justin Peck. Driving for Jason Myers is a young man with tons of talent, a regular with the high-limit sprint car series. Representing Clovis, California, it's Corey Day. He's taken on a role as crew chief for this car, but this weekend, Jack Dover will make only his 2nd 410 start this year, entering in the race with the Tim Estenson Racing 14J car.
This man has been proclaimed the Knox Father, with 11 Nationals victories, leaving him just 1 win behind the king. North Dakota's Donnie Schatz will be wheeling his iconic Tony Stewart Racing number 15 car. The True North.Bet number 15H is piloted by a Texan who has won 3 races at this track, all with a 360 engine. Sam Haferteep Jr. is coming off of a big crash last year, looking for redemption with a strong run. From Lee's Summit, Missouri is a driver who hasn't been in this event for a while. Run it all the way back to 2007 to find him. Driving his own car is Jack Potter in the 15J.
The 15JR is a family team with driver Cole Mincer of Burlington, Iowa behind the wheel. Cole made his first start last year, but was unable to advance out of the E-Main. NOS Energy sponsors the Buckeye, who is one of the World of Outlaws' most popular drivers. From Wooster, Ohio, is Sheldon Hodenshield for Stenhouse Marshall Racing. Driving for Michael Dutcher, this 17 GP normally can be found running USAC races without the wings. One of the top drivers in the Ohio scene this year is Cale Thomas of Fairland, Indiana.
Hot Sauce is back again with KCP Racing during his second year as a full-time World of Outlaws driver. Representing Fresno, California, it's Gio Scelzi. Last year's Nationals was when Tanner Holmes got the offer to drive the Shark Racing 1T to close out the year. This year he returns driving his family-owned 18T for the third time. The Myerstown Missile, Brent Marks, will be driving the number 19 Murray Marks Motorsports car. A Knoxville win is the last piece the driver of the 19 needs in order to complete Sprint Car's Triple Crown.
Driving for the Indiana-based Hayward Motorsports team is a rookie driver in the Nationals. One of the young talents that has turned many heads in NARC the last few years is Joel Myers Jr. The Tarleton 21T travels all the way from California with its driver Cole Macedo to represent that West Coast Series NARC while standing second place in that points championship. The 22 car travels from within the town of Knoxville for a 21-year-old who works as a truck driver by day. Making his fourth entry in this race is Riley Goodnow.
Driving the slick-looking 23W car is a 24-year-old representing Columbia, Missouri as a true outlaw this year. Garrett Williamson will compete for the first time at this event with Fisher Motorsports. Residing in Pittsboro, Indiana is a driver that you would see in the Maverick Sprint Series and with USAC Silver Crown. He's also running a couple races this year, including the Nationals here at Knoxville. This is Jimmy Light. A regular driver out of the USCS scene, Lance Moss can normally be found in the southeast states he calls home. He will drive to Knoxville from Cherryville, North Carolina to enter as car 23M.
The Houston Speedway regular Christopher Traum travels from Sanborn, Minnesota with car number 24T to compete in this year's event for the second time, finishing last year out in the C-Main. The driver from Angola, Indiana, races for Kevin Rudine in the High Limit Sprint Car Series this year. He comes to his fourth Knoxville Nationals, searching for his first start in the A-Main event. Earlier this year, he won his first 410 race here at the Knoxville Raceway. A regular on the Knoxville scene is Carson McCarl, driving in his own number 27 car.
Driving the 39M car for Macri Motorsports is two-time and defending Pennsylvania Speed Week champion Anthony Macri. He heads to Knoxville for his fifth Nationals of his career. Representing Ankeny, Iowa, and celebrating his 10-year anniversary competing in this event is Chris Martin. The 27-year-old will race in his own 44 car. Racing in a car owned by Johnny Herrera is a rookie to this race. Last year he ran in ASCS and started 2024 with some great runs in the Tulsa Shootout. This is Jace Park of Overland Park, Kansas.
Driving for Gary Kaufman is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania's Danny Dietrich, known as Double D. He's one of the heavy-hitting members of the Pennsylvania Posse. He will make his 9th entry with the last appearance in 2021. Rudzik Racing pairs up again with 2011 winner of the Knoxville Nationals, Tim Schaefer, to compete in their black and orange 49X machine, which regularly races in Ohio and the surrounding states. This will be the third entry in the Knoxville Nationals for this 52 machine. Salpulpa, Oklahoma will be represented with yellow and pink by Blake Hahn.
This will be the second year for Kerry Madsen Racing with Vermeer Motorsports at the Knoxville Nationals. However, this is a new startup ride that they only have going mainly at the races at Huset's and Knoxville. The Madman looks to back up a 9th place finish from the 2023 running. Sassy Hassie is back representing Des Moines, Iowa in her 2024 campaign, which has been sponsored by Hy-Vee and Interstate Batteries. This year, McKenna has been running as a true outlaw. The 2005 Knoxville Nationals champion Craig Kinzer represents one of the most iconic names you can pair with sprint car racing. This will be Kinzer's second year running with the Premier Motorsports number 70 car.
Representing the Cheeseheads is the current points leader for the IRA Sprint Series. He has 3 wins to his name in 2024. This is Scotty Thiel in the 73. Roth Motorsports driver in the World of Outlaws is Buddy Kofoid from Pengrove, California. He came over from the West Coast to Ohio to USAC Midgets and has continued to propel his career forward over the past few years. 3-time All-Stars champion, Knoxville regular, and track championship contender Aaron Reitzel represents Clute, Texas with the Ridge & Sons Racing 87 car. Entered with car 99 for Logan Fenton Racing is a true outlaw mainly based out of Ohio. He's originally from Leduc, Alberta. This is Skylar G. The last entry for Wednesday is a regular of the Ohio sprint car scene from Sacramento, California. Driving the Boxer Farms car number 101 is Caleb Henry. So those are the entries for the first qualifier night, which is Wednesday of the Nationals, and then we'll have another qualifier night on Thursday, where another half of the field is going to take to the track and see if they can qualify for the main event. Those drivers come to you in numerical order as so. Starting off, representing T South Dakota in the 09 car, which runs regularly at this track, looking for his first A-Main start since 2019, is Matt Jewell. The defending champion of the IRA Sprint Car Series in the Midwest is Brenham Crouch. Coming out of USAC Midgets Racing, he races his second year of 410 action with the High Limit Series.
Representing Pleasantville, Iowa is a farmer and regular racer here at Knoxville. He finished 7th in track points last year. This is Tasker Phillips.
He was originally going to drive the 7S, but a change to the roster now has him driving the 1K we're used to seeing him in at this racetrack. This is Kelby Watt of Adel, Iowa.
The $1 Million Man of 2023 resides in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and races with the World of Outlaws for the family team. This is Logan Schuhart with Shark Racing's 1S car. Teaming up with Matt Morrow Motorsports for the weekly campaign here is Grimes, Iowa's Ryan Giles. He races regularly in the 360s and will make his second start in the 410 Nationals.
TK is back again representing San Jose, California in the 3 Machine. Running a true outlaw schedule this year, it's Tim Kading. Representing Missouri in the 3G car that he regularly competes with all over the country, this is Ayrton Jennison. He looks to back up 2 feature wins so far this season. He broke an 8-year winless streak at Knoxville back in May. Sioux Falls, South Dakota is represented by Dusty Zomer in his 3J entry.
From New Berlin, Illinois is a representative of the IRA Sprint Series. The next entry on our list is the 3N piloted by Jake Newman. Representing Lebanon, Indiana is Spencer Baston from the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Spencer has been racing in the 5 car for CJB Motorsports since 2021. This 17-year-old will take on the Nationals for the second time. Representing Oklahoma City and the USAC Midgets drivers is Ryan Timms. Racing for the iconic Guy Forbrook this year at Knoxville is a well-known driver in the sprint car world, Justin Henderson. This South Dakota native races regularly here and at Huset's Speedway. Taking on the role to fill in for the injured Bill Rose is a driver out of Canada who last year drove for Jason Sides. This is Robbie Price.
Originally from Florida, Sunshine races for Clausen Marshall Racing with the High Limit Sprint Car Series, and currently sits second in points. Tyler Courtney is coming off of winning the 360 Nationals here last weekend. This rookie driver grew up following the ASCS Sprint Tour, which his dad saw lots of success in. Now he competes with Jason Sides Racing in the World of Outlaws. From Benton, Arkansas is Landon Corrali. Ridge & Sons Racing has the black and yellow number 8 car ready for Corey Eliason to take on his 8th entry here in this event, trying to improve from a run that stopped in the B main last year.
The 9H entry is a local driver from Newton, Iowa. He's an alumni of William Penn University and finished 18th in track points last year. This is Landon Hansen. The Northern Outlaw Sprint Association has seen this driver win 9 out of 15 races so far this year. Mark Dobmeyer returns to the Nationals in his iconic Buffalo Wild Wings car. A legend of the sport from Australia is Brooke Tadnell, driving the number 14T in his 27th time participating in the Knoxville Nationals.
The North Pole Nightmare Bill Baylog is competing in his first season as a World of Outlaws contender. Baylog is behind the wheel of the white and blue B Squared Motorsports number 17B. Hunter Percent, as they call him, will head to Knoxville in the 19S entry, looking slick in black as he will be competing in his 7th Nationals. Sponsored by Casey's General Stores is the 5-time track champion with 3 runner-up finishes in the Nationals. This is Brian Brown of Grain Valley, Missouri. The Macho Man is a regular in USAC sprint car competition who took a win with the World of Outlaws this year at Tri-State Speedway. Residing in Indiana but originally from Oklahoma is Brady Bacon.
Originally from Kilseen, Washington is JJ Hickel, driving the 22X car for Cook Motorsports. JJ has run many different cars over the last couple years and has been paired with Cook since November of last year. Entering for the 5th time in this event is a driver from Aurora, Nebraska. He's fielding himself alongside Lance Moss in the yellow 23 machines. Both of his sons are on the entry list as well. This legend was inducted to the Knoxville Raceway Hall of Fame in 2018. Terry McCarl will race once again for this crown jewel that he has yet to capture.
Running a true outlaw schedule with stints following the major series is Danny Sams of Northport, Florida. Danny has had a solid year this far, including 3 wins during Ohio Speed Week. Fan favorite and high limit sprint car series driver Rico Abreu brings his ShopRico.com machine back again to defend his 7th place finish last year. The white number 24R car is always a major threat for victory in this event, and he's the winner of this year's Capitani Classic. Driving for Deuce 5 Motorsports in his first ever Knoxville Nationals is a USAC driver out of Oklahoma. Dason Persley has had it big in 2024, and he's won in winged and wingless sprint cars, midgets, and even Silver Crown cars.
Representing Franklin, Indiana with a true outlaw schedule this year is Emerson Axum in his first full year driving a winged 410. This will also be his first year entering the Knoxville Nationals. The 27B has a 29-year-old behind the wheel this season. The only driver representing Colorado in the Nationals is Jake Buback. Representing Warren, Minnesota is a rookie in this event in the 27W, Weston Olson. He races in the northern states with the Northern Outlaw Sprint Association and races some 360 events as well. This is a 360 driver out of the mountains of Montana and Wyoming who follows the ASCS Frontier Series. He makes his first trip to the event this year, Joe Perry of Billings, Montana.
This is the 2024 Ohio Speed Week champion who's been focused on local racing and the Fast Series this year. The 33W will be Cap Henry. He changes up his schedule every year. 2024 has been weekly racing at Knoxville for Zach Hampton of Mooresville, Indiana. He will drive his own 35 car in his fourth entry to this race. The driver owned 36 cars coming back to the Nationals for the first time since 2007. Voted the National 360 Driver of the Year for 2023 is Jason Martin of Liberal, Kansas. A late register to the entry list is a regular at this track with wins and championships to his name. This is 48-year-old Clint Garner of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Jason Johnson Racing's Carson Macedo has been in the shadow of the current Outlaw point leader all year long. His first national win could transform the year for that number 41 team. For his fifth entry into the Knoxville Nationals, Cy Lynch brings his number 42 car from Apollo, Pennsylvania to represent the Western PA sprint car scene. Some health complications sidelined this driver for 2023 after finishing third in the 2022 Pro Sprints Track Championship. He returned in the 410 class this year at Knoxville. It's hot shot Scotty Johnson.
After 5 straight World of Outlaws championships, he moves to co-ownership of the High Limit Sprint Series, where he also competes full-time. For Casey Kane Racing is the 2018 Nationals champion, Brad Sweet. Out of West Burlington, Iowa, he has been racing at Knoxville with some dabbles in Wisconsin this year. The 49J is driven by Josh Schneiderman. Normally, you can find Jesse Addard racing with the NARC 410 series, but this summer he traveled out to compete in PA Speed Week and has stayed out east in the meantime with car number 53. The NOS Energy 55C is the Vermeer Motorsports traveling team which has been tackling the High Limit Sprint Car Series this season. Canton, Illinois is represented by Big Daddy Chris Wyndham.
Two-time and defending Nationals champion, 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion, 2020's most successful sprint car driver. Just some of the accolades earned by the driver of Paul Silva's 57 car. This is Kyle Larson. The LA competition number 58 comes back to competition this year with a 22-year-old driver from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He's a regular at Huset's. This is Caleb Johnson. 2022 IRA Sprint Series champion and regular of the Nationals, Jordan Goldsberry, represents Springfield, Illinois, in his Rockstar Energy number 65 car.
2013 World of Outlaws champion Darren Pittman has had an impressive list of teams that he's raced for in the past, including the Don Kreitz 69K team of fame from Central Pennsylvania. In 2024, he makes his first start in the Knoxville Nationals with this crew. Out of Odessa, Missouri is rookie competitor Xavier Doney in the 74 car. He has 3 wingless wins in 2024 and ups his wing game to the top step with this entry. The 83 Junior is a Roth Motorsports entry in the High Limit Series, which recently stole an Outlaws event at Baps Motor Speedway. Representing Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia is James McFadden.
The defending track champion in 410 competition is Altoona, Iowa's Austin McCarl, who ran from the pole in 2022. He's looking to get back into the A-main again this year. 2022 Chili Bowl champion Tanner Thorson slowly moved to wing sprint car racing these past few years and took on the High Limit sprint car season for 2024. He represents Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Representing the PA Posse is a driver originally from New Jersey that won himself 3 races in 2023. This is Kyle Reinhardt in car 91. The 31-year-old Tyler Drucke starts his second Nationals campaign after skipping the 2023 event, coming off of a win to start the season at the opener for Huset Speedway. And that is your entry grid for the 2 nights of action at Knoxville that will set the grids for Hard Knocks Night and the A-Main and so on, I guess, on Saturday. Leave a comment below who you think's going to take the crown this year. Thank you very much to Cole Freilich and Matt Faust for helping me with this video, as well as Blake Walker and all of the photographers who sent me pictures. I do not claim the pictures in this video as my own. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the flip side. Enjoy Knoxville, everybody.